Hello and welcome to our ongoing auditions for a spot in our upcoming Dungeons & Dragons stream, Castle of Adventure. This week joining us we have Andy, Hope and Jessica. And as always, I'm your DM, Kit Malarkey, and thank you for joining us as we dive into this week's episode of Castle of Adventure. Not every adventurer heading for the marble city of Oriath travels by land. The continent of Lythia is vast and wild, and not to mention perilous. Having secured passage north from the port town of Nezrin, today's adventurers travel through the straits of Noros and Calanthe across the verdant sea. Here, we cast our gaze upon the fine ship, the Brass Dragon. 2 days sailing from Peringour, 3 from the harbour below Oriath, the marble city. It is a fine day at sea. The stiff breeze and many gulls as you hug the coast, you can hear them cawing around you. The crew are in fine spirits. Oh, they would be if they were actually singing. Not that loud, lads. Thank you. The skies are blue and clouds are scudding across them fast, producing that lovely warm wind. How would we find you, if you'd like to introduce yourself, Andy, and tell us where we would be on the Brass Dragon ship in the early evening, let's say.
Early evening. I'm Kate, halfling monk. I'd probably be on deck, probably near the front, just meditating while also trying to keep an eye on the surroundings. Mm-hmm. Just always want to keep an eye out in case something's about to happen, just to be on alert.
Okay. Give me a perception check then.
Not great. 13.
13. There's not much to see. The skies are clear. There's nothing. The land is off to your off the starboard side on the right. As it smooths past, as it glides past smoothly, I should say. Birds, the odd bit of water spurting up from the sea from a nearby whale pod or something like that, but the sea is calm. You can see, or you can hear rather, if you're trying to meditate, you can hear Blevin, one of the topmen, cursing as he wraps up some of the sails with rope. And you're also aware of the ship's carpenter, Chipper, who is halfway up the mast, and he's got like this big leather strap so he can lean back as he sort of works some of the wood with a hammer and chisel. But apart from that, there's not an awful lot going on. But further back, there are other things, but that's what's in your immediate surroundings. Let me remember, I'm just double checking. Suneni, where do we find you on the Brass Dragon early in the evening? And if you'd like to introduce your character.
Yeah, well, as I'm playing a half-elf rogue known as Suneni, she would most likely be on the upper deck as well, just sort of watching and listening to the crew going about their activities as everything goes on.
Wicked. It's a lovely evening for it as well. You just stood there, you've got a little mug of something in your hand, and you're appreciating the breeze hitting you and just tossing your hair, and like, it's a really nice day to be at sea. Finally, we come to our last character this evening. How would we find the lovely Kelpie, and what does Kelpie get up to on a boat?
That is a good question.
How does she navigate it safely?
Well, I think what she gets up to is a whole lot of nothing, but right as you find her, she is propped up, you know, like a dog when they're trying to like look at something over a counter. Mm-hmm. She has her hand up. Front horse legs over the side.
Getting off your marvellous start. You've already got them.
She has her front hooves over the side of the deck, and she's just like Oh my god. I hate the sea.
Not enjoying it, in other words.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Saving throw 8.
8. Well, as we can see, you are in a sorry state. You've lost breakfast and lunch now at this point.
What about second breakfast?
The thought of second breakfast makes you feel quite nauseous right now. Have you found your sea hooves?
I lost them behind the couch.
Okay. It's not been an enjoyable journey for Kelty. What's she been up to since we last saw her?
Oh, well, since I've forgotten where we last saw her.
You'd been fighting an Oni you'd been employed by a giant
Oh,
gold
yes,
dragon.
last week. Gosh. Yeah.
So long ago.
I also struggled to
I've
remember.
had breakfast since then.
I also struggled to remember things.
We know you've had breakfast, we can see it.
I think she. Kelpie is an agent of chaos,
Mhm.
so how she ended up here is probably pure luck. She's just gone with the wind.
Amazing.
Ended up. In fact, I'd say she probably didn't mean to be on a ship. She maybe was just looking for somewhere to sort of sit down, and then it went off, and she was like, well, fuck.
That sounds entirely plausible. You followed the hay. Somebody had hay on a winch.
Yeah, and she just said, ooh. Well, there was a bunch of horses, and she just kind of like got stuck in the middle of them and was like, oh, I guess I'm going this way.
The horse is just looking at you and say, you're not with us. But here you are, and you're at sea, probably for the first time. Being a centaur, and it's not a fun time for you. Everybody every now and again tries to like give you an order to sort of climb the rigging, and then they remember that you have hooves.
Leave me alone!
But you have been employed occasionally to like swab the deck, that sort of thing. But yes, the day is bright and clear. You can, from where you are on the boat, you can see Captain Dolorous Kale, the brass dragonborn and captain to the ship. He's got like massive tricorn hat, huge feathers, massive big oiled coat. He is your like genuine sea captain through and through. He's got these, they look like sort of tentacles, but the way he's styled them, it's more like braids. It's the way that Dragonborn, they have like their hair is actually more like it's actually skin, but it just comes down like a big mane. It's cooler than I'm describing right now. But he's got like parts of them that are encased in gold and silver rings. You can see he's got gold in his eyebrow ridges. Some of the horns on his head are dipped in gold as well. And he's probably singing the loudest out of all the crew. You were taken on board at the town of what did I say it was again? I have it written down.
There's the sea air.
Nezrin, that's it. The sea air has gotten to me. You were taken on the town of Nezrin by the captain. Just as extra hands on deck, he lost a couple of crew members to getting married and found himself in need of some extra hands for this journey. You've been on board for around about 2 weeks at this point, and you are nearly at your point of destination. You're only a few days away from the city of Oriath, otherwise known as the Marble City.
Thank God.
You are literally counting down all the sunsets.
Why are you going there?
I've just been sent by my order, and there's a few things I have to look into. I've heard rumours of stuff happening. They just want somebody to get first-hand experience of what it's like there and bring it back.
Indeed, your order occasionally sends people to Oriath to join Delver's Guild there. to take part in the expeditions, cataloguing what some of the other delving parties find, taking this information back to your order, as well as sometimes artifacts and stuff like that. And that is everybody's ultimate destination, is the city, to join the Delvers Guild and hopefully get one of those silver stars that will allow you to take part in the adventuring in the Fallen Lord's Dark Castle. You can see night is starting to come in. It's still very clear, and the stars are twinkling bright in the sky. What's your passive perception? Oh dear.
Okay, it's not too bad. 12.
12, okay. In that case, everybody give me a perception check then, please.
Okay. Yeah, this is my dice.
You could have just gone with passive.
Yeah. 15.
15.
I rolled
Right.
2.
Oh, don't worry.
5.
5. At least somebody is keeping a weather eye out on the horizon.
I mean, for +2, it's like 4. So
The bell rings for the evening meal, calling everybody below decks. Kelpie, if you can give me a acrobatics check to make your way down.
No, I can't. 11.
11. You do it with a plum, with a clop clip. You've been on this boat for 2 weeks now, nearly, and you have mastered this art of going up and down stairs on ship, on a boat.
She's doing it very slowly though, she's like...
Waiting for the ship to dip and yaw. And you make your way down into the mess, which is also the hold, and you are brought out the evening meal, which is nothing terribly exciting. It's just a hearty stew with lots of ship's biscuit, bread, and rounds of ale. Does anybody want to sort of stay on deck after the meal, or does everybody sort of think a little head to bed?
I'd rather stop up on deck. I know I can get a bit mostly peace and quiet up there. I like to always keep an eye out on things.
Yeah.
I've not always been a monk, so I have a tendency to not trust my environments too much. So I'd like to just stay up top, just keep an eye on what's happening.
Hints of a secret past, eh? I like it. Cool. So you stay up on deck, and you can see that the captain has gone off for his evening meal in his own cabin, and at the wheel is the first mate, Clovis Freth, who's a kind of humanish looking character, but there's just something a little odd about them that nobody's quite... Human is what most people are going for, but they just feel a little bit off around Clovis. But he is very loyal to the captain, will not hear a word against him. He has been travelling with the captain for 15 years since he was a small child. Around about 8 is when he joined Captain Kale on board the Brass Dragon. He stood with his big oval jacket and one hand on the wheel, just enjoying the feel of the breeze in his hair. As you stand staring off to port, something gets your attention, just a little. As you look off and you can see just a slight flicker of something in the distance.
I'm going to just trying to keep my eye on him and moving up towards him. Just did you see that out there? Just trying to get his attention. Any ideas what that could be?
I think doesn't look like we're in for a quiet night. I'm trying to steer us away from her, but she's catching up fast. It's a storm, bad one, I think.
I'm assuming after 15 years you've got a bit of experience dealing with this.
Oh, I've been through many a storm, my good man. But fear not, the ship's in good shape. We've got fair hands all around us, and we'll keep you true.
Good to hear. If you need anything, just tell me what I need to do. I'll happily help us through that storm.
Always good to have you about, old chap.
Thank you.
But no, just keep a weather out on her, and You can stay up with me for an hour or so, or I'm going to be heading down for my own sleep in a short while. But change your watch. Well, feel free to hang about on deck until then.
Yeah, happily.
And he launches into his tales of his career with Captain Kale, of their sometimes dodgy escapades, of run-ins with naval forces and all sorts. But for the most part, it sounds like Captain Kale has stayed on the right side of the law. A little bit of smuggling here or there, but nothing too illegal.
We all need to get by somehow, don't we?
Indeed we do. Indeed we do. It's good to have new folks on board as well. Bring in fresh stories. What takes you up this way?
Just out to find a bit of information, just see what's happening. Bit like the captain, I've moved both sides of the lines when needed, but not too far.
Haven't we all?
So because of that perspective, my order thought it might be best to send him out. He might pick up something that somebody else might
around,
want.
eh?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea. He listens to you, sort of. You go into like a little bit more about your order and where you're from, and he sort of listens. He says, I love hearing of all the different cultures around the sea. It's in me blood, and wow, I couldn't think of another life. But we've been chatting for quite a while now, and I'm going to head below. I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Yeah, staying up on
No,
deck
my
for a bit?
take is, no, there's a storm coming and I've kind of got things.
Okay.
So I might try and get a couple of hours before it hits and we then can't get any sleep.
Okay.
I just want to watch the centaur slide now.
What would you guys be doing in the evening before bed? Simeni, what would you get to?
Simeni would probably already been settling down at this point. Would have made it'd be hurt at some sort of noise and then like, well, he makes a lot of noise. And it's that the same first time the ship on.
Fair enough. Straight like a trooper, she eats and then she beds down for the night. What of Calpy? Bed. Just straight to bed.
How much she's wrapped up, she's like not moving anywhere.
Okay. Like that guy on the
I
bus.
was gonna say that.
Amazing.
Anyone comes past, she's like, where is the rule for no hammocks? Show me the sign that says no hammocks.
You all drift off to sleep eventually. But when you awake, the ship is heaving from side to side, forward and back, and you can hear the clanging of a bell above decks and the captain shouting, all hands on deck! And you can hear the bell constantly ringing, and there's water starting to come through, even though the hatches were battened down. They've got like this oiled seal skin over the top to stop water from dripping in, but the waves seem to be hitting the ship with such force that it's dripping and gushing through the hatches anyway.
Kelby jumps out of bed. She's like, I know what to do. Hatten up the batches, pull the sails, let's go.
And then he chooses to just immediately run upstairs to assuming for captain.
Okay.
Yelling like that, it's something really important.
I'm just going to give Kelpie a look as if said, what? And I just quickly head off.
We both think
You can hear Clovis is at the hatch going, you heard her, she says, hatten down the batches, man! All hands on deck! Dexterity saving throws from everybody, please.
Okay, dexterity saving.
Oh, thank God I've got lucky. That was a nap one.
Okay,
So
19?
19, you are fine. You
17.
land on your feet. 17. You hop out of your hammock with ease and scramble up to the deck. Calpy.
Oh no. That's the old centaur fly.
6. Sadly, with the deck heaving and yawing beneath you. You're finding it hard to stay on your hooves. The water dripping down from the deck is making the wooden slats beneath your hooves very slippy. Unfortunately, you are going to take. That thing. Okay, you take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Could you all shut up? I'm having an issue here. People are so rude. Singing in a moment like this.
Okay, folks, we're going to be heading into a skill challenge here. There's a big narrative to this as we walk through it, but there are certain skills that will be classed as primary skills for this, and when you pass them, you'll get a success. Secondary and tertiary skills will allow somebody at some point to get advantage on an upcoming roll. Okay? So primary skills used for this skill challenge will be acrobatic, athletics, nature, perception, and survival. These are your key skills. But if you can argue that you can get a proper success from knowledge from another skill, I will take it. So feel free to be like, I use Arcana. And I'll be like, okay, go on then. Arcana me out of a storm. But I'll happily take it if you can beat me. So yes, you arrive on deck. Kelpie a little bit bashed and bumped.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so as you push open the hatch, you're immediately, all three of you, drenched with water coming into your faces. The salt starts to sort of sting your eyes and your lips, and any cuts that you might have on you, as you try and push your way through. The rain is battering you, and you can see lightning streaking across the sky, with thunder rolling so loud that it's almost deafening. The ship is being tossed around like a toy in a giant's bathtub.
Have you pissed off any gods recently?
Not intentionally!
Oh my god, okay.
But you never know. Okay.
Have you?
No, not that.
Have you?
I don't believe I've come afoul of any gods recently.
Okay.
I would know though, but don't really talk to me.
As you're pushing your way onto deck, you see 3 of the other crew members come hurtling past you as they start to fall off deck. Give me dexterity saving throws to try and grasp, save, or grab one of them.
Dexterity saving 17.
Okay,
17.
so I've got 19 plus 5.
Nope, that's fine. You're all good there. Cade?
Yes.
Yes. Cade, you'd grab onto one of the topmen by name of Tilly. Kelpie, you grab onto the carpenter Chipper as they slide past you. And Sineni, you grab onto one of the seamen, a human by the name of Cavil, they're like, oh God, thank God you guys were here. We would have been overboard there. As you're dragging them back onto terra firma of the boat, a huge strike of lightning blasts right at the feet of the captain as he's holding the wheel. I'll need constitution saving throws from all of you.
Okay, so... 12?
Okay.
15.
9.
Okay, so you'll take half
Okay.
damage from this, Andy. You only take 2 points of damage. You guys take 4 points of lightning damage from the lightning as it hits the deck. And as the light clears, it's like blinding because the lightning bolt hit right on the ship, and it's like being consumed by light, but painful and burning. And as your eyes clear, there's no sign of Captain Kale at the wheel, and the wheel is just spinning wildly.
I think he definitely pissed off a god, and we should leave. Can anybody sail?
Can I jump for the wheel?
Okay, yeah. The wheel spinning wildly, you can feel the ship veer dangerously to the left. Give me a dexterity, like an acrobatics check to make it up to the wheel safely.
23.
23. You nimbly race up the steps, the water crashing into you, but it doesn't stop you. You skid around and put both hands on the wheel, steadying it. However, the ship is now broadside to the waves rather than facing directly into them.
I'm just kind of holding the bottom, going, I could use some help here.
Right, you're going to need to give me a strength saving throw now.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. 13.
13. Okay, so you steady the boat, but it's not enough to bring it back around to face into the wave. You're going to take a big wave hitting the ship broadside for this. The wave comes rolling over. You can hear massive cracks as bits of wood and carving come off the boat. You're all almost overwhelmed by this huge smash of water. The pain of it hitting you is just immense, and it's only through holding on to whatever you can that you're not being cast overboard.
Could I use athletics to try and assist in pulling the wheel and getting us like completely the other way to try?
Yeah,
and...
absolutely. You clippity clop up the stairs. In a fantastic, no, I'm going to go, let's rewind that, folks. You gallop up the stairs stylishly. Give me a quick straight dex roll. It's not too difficult to do.
11.
11. The DC was 10. You're fine. You gallop up the stairs, water crashing into you as well. Kale steps to the side so that you can grab one side and he can grab the other side of the wheel. Give me a strength, athletics check at advantage, please, as there's two of you on the wheel now.
18.
18. Absolutely. Between the two of you, you start to pull the wheel round and the ship starts to yaw back, so it's now facing into these huge waves. But that is even more terrifying as you have to crest the top of each one, as you feel that sort of fear as you get higher and higher and higher and higher until you're just teetering right on the top, and then the boat starts to drop down almost at a vertical as you ride down the back of this last wave.
Just as we test over, I just screamed to everyone, hold on!
With that warning, dexterity saving throws at advantage, everybody, as you crest over that wave.
Okay.
So I rolled a nat 20 and then a nat 1.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness for it being advantage.
Yeah.
I got 22.
That's all. That's
24.
Perfect. 24. Absolutely. Sadly, the majority of the ship did okay. Sadly, one of the ship's crew failed his role, and you see Seaman Cavill be pushed over the side by a huge wave. His sort of grey-white hair. The last thing you see is he's pulled into the roiling ocean. I've lost my place.
Like at this point, so then he's just yelling out the names of random gods that she knows are gods of the sea and begging for their forgiveness. Thinking that she might have offended them somehow.
Okay, let's try it. I don't know any of them.
She's just been like Neptune, Poseidon, she's just been going for the gambit.
Give me...
Sea god.
Roll a D100.
39.
39, nobody hears you. You reach out to the divine, and the divine go, what was that?
Like, look, the wind just blizzard.
I mean, Hope did it too.
give me a, just in case. So it's the D10 and the other D10, yeah?
It's the advantage of having it on my phone. I can just
nice. Amazing.
Okay, let's see what happens. 81.
81. You think for a moment that you connect to something out there, but nothing reaches back to you.
Dang.
No gods, no celestials, no demons either, sadly.
That could have been
However,
fun.
worth a shot. If somebody had got like really, really good, I would maybe something would have happened. So yes, as you bring the ship back down from its last going over the crest of that wave, you hear Clovis call out to the rest of the crew, "Make fast the ballistas, barrels and crates!" I'd like everybody to give me either a straight survival check, or a survival check, or a wisdom check. Slightly lower for wisdom, but...
Okay. So that yes.
Yeah, let's go steal wisdom.
Okay. So how successfully you can tie a knot?
16.
We'll see what happens. 12, okay.
I have no clue, 10.
Okay, wow, you're good at piloting ships. However, tying knots, sadly lacking here. You're working on one of the ship's ballista, because the ship does not have cannons. And you two are working on a set of crates each, and you tie them up. And you think you get them secured and everything. We'll see. We'll come back to that and see how that plays out later on. The ship comes up, another immense wave, and as you crest the top of it, another huge strike of lightning hits the main mast. You hear wood tormenting and twisting and under so much pressure, and then you hear it explodes. You see splinters firing off in all directions, and then you hear this almighty wrenching deep crack as more than half the mast just cracks and shatters, and the rigging and the entire mast fall into the sea, and it starts to drag the ship, and it starts to drag it down. And then the ship, as it yaws over to one side, starts to take on water. What are you guys going to do?
I can't swim! We should fire the cannons!
We don't have cannons,
Not
but...
the ballistas, okay? We have ballistas.
Send
Okay,
everything overboard! Make it as light as possible!
Give me perception checks, everybody.
Right. Perception. I can do
Not playing.
Nice.
Perception...
I got 12.
22.
With a nat 20 and the person, and with Kate's 22, you can see that one of the topmen, Tilly, sorry, no, not topman, it's one of the seamen, Evie. She's a little gnome with pink hair. She's been working up in the rigging during the storm, and she's clutching, holding on for dear life to the top part of the mast. She's all tangled up in ropes and rigging, but it's pulling the way, because the sail is on there as well as the wood and everything, it's acting like a sea anchor, and it's pulling the ship over simultaneously. And just to give us some hints.
Are we going to do anything about that?
We probably
I'm
need
going
to
to put a countdown dice.
Used to...
Evie
And if
free
you-
and quickly.
If you two in the crew can maybe give it to break the sail off so it goes in, I'll try and quickly shoot across and
Okay.
let's do that, please.
We need something sharp.
You have daggers. There are ship's axes nearby.
Yes.
There are ropes that are all tied onto, that's keeping the you can hear these ropes straining with that sort of noise as they're attached to the ship, but also the rigging that's keeping, it's basically what's attaching the mast still to the boat. There are all these ropes.
Let's go get the ropes. Let's go.
Okay, you two give me some attack rolls then. We'll start off with one each, starting now. And what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and grab one of the axes and just quick, kind of like nimbly just run across the mast to
Okay.
where she's up and try and cut the ropes to...
Okay, that'll be acrobatics check at disadvantage because it's in the sea. 11, okay. So you nimbly dash across the mast. What did you guys get?
Right attack.
Well, I was going to ask, is there any fire?
I mean, there will be a small lantern. And there's jugs of like, because that's what the catapult, the ballista fire is, like these jugs of like liquid.
Just because I could set the ropes on fire, and then
You do realise there's someone tangled up in the ropes, Kelpie?
Not to mention a lot of water since we're at sea.
That as well.
Okay.
I was
I
more
can't
concerned
roll.
about burning the person in it. I rolled a 7. I rolled a 7.
Okay. All you're doing is hitting ropes. Bang! You hit one of the ropes.
Okay.
And you hear one snapping. There are an awful lot of them. So what do you do?
17.
17. Absolutely. You sever a couple of the ropes. You, however, you are on the mast.
Yes, I know.
Give me athletic check to try and grab onto Evie as she's being tossed around in the sea.
That's a 4.
A 4.
What?
You're
This is when
holding
you
on
gotta
to you're holding onto the rope and you're trying to lean out and grab onto her, but as your fingers just sort of touch ever so slightly, a huge wave comes and knocks her back like another 3 feet. Give me attack rolls for the ropes, guys.
Well, I was going to say, have we seen this?
Yeah, you will have seen this.
Can I go and try and grab onto his leg so that you can
Okay.
get further out?
You want to centaur across the main mast?
Yes.
Amazing. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Acrobatics or athletics check at disadvantage, please.
Fuck.
So, whoopie.
Please say that's 1. Amazing.
Okay,
We'll come
so.
back to that in just a moment.
Okay, I was checking. I'm assuming I'm wrong with damage, but also I think I need to go use that.
Yeah, no,
I think I remember where it is.
no problem.
Sorry.
You're alright. Okay.
So we've got little and large out on the mast.
You've got little and large out on the mast. Large is in the sea, I'm guessing. Okay. So as you're reaching out for Evie, Kelpie just gallops out onto the mast, puts her foot on what she thought for some reason might be solid ground, but is actually fabric. I would like a Constitution saving throw just to see, for the shock of the freezing cold water hitting you.
12.
12. Luckily you pass. You manage to shake off the effects of the freezing water. It is cold, but you are not at disadvantage for any attack rolls or
Did I help?
so you're in the water. Give me another athletics check or acrobatics as you try and reach for Evie.
I'll go with acrobatics since I'm alright at that. Oh, God, 12.
12. You reach out for Evie, and this time you wait for you can see like you're starting to get a sort of feel for how the waves are moving, and just as Evie is at like the sort of tip of the wave hit, you just grab her wrist, and you've got her by the wrist, and you're holding on for the wrist. You're doing a Captain America, basically, and you're pulling Evie in, and you're pulling on the rope as you manage to drag her back onto the main mast of the ship.
Great, could you do
You see Evie sort of pull herself onto the mast. Let's just make it. Yeah, she manages fine. And she just sort of starts to like heave herself along as she sort of straddles it and pulls herself safely onto the boat.
Can I... You said there's a lot of rope.
Yes, there is a lot
Can
of
I
rope.
cut a little bit that's attached and maybe try and throw it out?
Yeah.
Just so then it's... Because I can't lift it up.
Just a basic, it'll be like attack roll, like you're throwing a throwing weapon.
Be 18.
18, absolutely. You take your dagger out and you cut through a whole bunch of rope and you hoy it over at Kelpie. Kelpie, you see this whole bundle of loops of rope come.
I'm doing it!
Why not? Give me an athletics check. See how well you're coping with the waves. I don't believe you're massively
12.
12. Yeah, you're doing. I mean, it's a struggle, but you're managing to keep yourself awake out of the like you're above the water. Horses do swim. It's horsey paddle, yes.
Just imagine seeing these ropes coming, like, what's that?
But it is getting tiring. The longer you are in the water, the more likely it is that you are going to take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
So you have you've got a load of rope in your hands.
Amazing. Pull!
So you head back along the mast, tossing some of the rope to Evie as well, who's now on the deck. Give me, it'll be athletics advantage between the two of you.
8.
8.
The she's not helping.
Yeah, so you're a halfling, she's a gnome, and you're trying to pull in a centaur.
We're seeing issues here.
Okay.
Can I try and help?
Absolutely, you can see these two diminutive persons. Size, I would like to say, folks, does not indicate strength. However, this pair in this case do look like they're struggling.
Okay.
As you dive over to the gnome and the halfling who are trying to pull Calpy in.
Okay, so one more.
Athletics at advantage. So you get to roll twice and pick.
Okay, that's. I rolled a 19, which plus 1 is a 20.
Okay,
so
amazing, brilliant.
basically,
So between the three of you, you are eventually able to haul Calpy in.
all the very soaked Corbin.
Does it smell like wet dog?
I mean, you
More
smell
like
like
wet
wet
What
horse.
horse?
Yeah.
I don't
Wait,
know what horse smells like.
it's not an unsimilar smell to wet dog. It's still it's the kind of natural oils that you get in animals and the fur and everything.
The smell of wet dog and wondering a bit more about her heritage.
When she gets a boy, she does it.
Amazing, but you are back on board, all of you, and you give me perception checks as you survey the ship.
15.
15.
16.
16?
22.
22. With the waves coming in and battering, you two are having difficulty seeing anything that's going on beyond the immediacy of the boat. However, Kelpie, maybe it's the added height of being a centaur, or the fact that you happen to glance out just at the precise time of a lightning strike. And you can see that the ship, now, because of the predicament it was in with the mast holding it back for so long, it's being dragged towards might be a small island, might be a collection of rocks. You can see the coast, but it's very distant. So what do you guys want to do?
Land ahoy!
Which way? I can hardly see!
Which way is it?
So from where you are, so the island would be off to the starboard, or land would be straight ahead, but a good whack away. Give me, I'm going to say an wisdom check.
Three.
Okay, cool. You think either is a good idea. So what do you
I mean, the
rely?
question was mainly the nearest ones anyway.
Okay.
Which way starboard?
So starboard is right, port is left.
Right!
So, we're directing the ship starboard is what you want us to do.
Right!
Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
Who's on the wheel? Who's going to take control of the wheel?
I'll happily just bounce back up.
Okay.
No, you want to try again. You
I'll
want to try again.
It worked so well before.
You skip back to the top of the where the steering platform is and take control of the wheel. Give me. Are you proficient with sea vehicles? Just out of
I'm
interest.
not aware of no.
Oh, okie dokie. So this will be a straight dex. No, it'll be strength check because we're trying to keep this solid in.
Well, that's about right for my strength. 3.
A 3. Pushing back on the wheel, but every now and again it just gets torn from your little halfling hands, and you get pushed back towards these rocks that are looming in towards you. With every crash of lightning, they sort of come a little bit closer, and you're starting to feel the inevitability of those rocks. Give me a round of dexterity saving throws, please.
15 plus 5, so 20.
Okay, 20.
13.
13. You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
11.
You take 3 bludgeoning damage as you both fall to due to the boat being tossed around by the strength of the waves and the storm crashing into you guys. So you're at the wheel. What are you guys doing currently?
Well, seeing that the halfling unsurprisingly is struggling to steer, I want to try and steer the ship myself.
Give me a dexterity saving. An athletics or acrobatics check to get onto the steering platform safely.
Okay, I'll go for acrobatics. And
Nice.
I'm proficient. 4 plus 7. Did I roll an 11? Did I get an 11? Because
Nope.
it's 7 plus 4.
Okay, so sadly you take 1 point of damage as you slip and fall and bang your head on your way up there. However, you are able to assist with steering the ship. Give me a straight roll for...
Wait, I just realised something. I'm supposed to roll a d20, right?
Yes.
I rolled the 1-1.
Oh, never mind. You'll know better for next time.
Yeah.
But yes, you can give me a straight athletics check this time.
Athletics check, okay. Focus goes better. No, it does not. I roll a 4.
Okie dokie.
Oh, how is it happened?
The ship, because the sail is still dragging it towards this group of rocks that you can see, is being pulled more and more towards the starboard side. You can hear the keel hitting the bottom of the rocks, and they hear that as bits of wood splinter as the base slides through gravel, hits rock, and starts to crack and crash from the wood beneath you. You hear cries from below as water starts gushing in through underneath the boat. However, you have struck the island, and you are this cluster of rocks, and the ship is at a sort of slightly upward angle as you come crashing in. You are all thrown off your feet. Give me another round of dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
15.
6.
Okay.
11.
11. You two guys take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and you take none and manage to stay on all 4 of your hooves. Well done, Kelly. The storm rages around you, and the ship does rock somewhat from side to side. However, it is much more stable, albeit exceedingly damaged. The immediacy of it seems to calm a little as you realise that whilst you are still in grave danger and your boat is absolutely trashed currently, you are alive, and you have survived the storm. And you can see the shore.
The captain is not going to forgive us for this, methinks.
The captain is gone.
Yeah, he disappeared. First lightning strike.
I mean, we don't know for certain he was thrown off the ship.
No, but
He could just be unconscious somewhere.
No, a lightning bolt came down and then he was gone. I assume that either means he's gone or he's gone.
I mean, I don't see any ash or anything, so it could be fine.
Any
Ash, like from and something would be burnt from extreme heat, like a lightning bolt.
true. I assume maybe he was taken somewhere. I don't know. I don't know how lightning works.
Give me a nature check.
Ooh, that
If it
is
was science, it'd also to make you roll that.
not 20.
And that 20. Okay.
Okay.
Nature. Okay, so lightning. While you're not a scientist, lightning comes from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning comes from the gods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's more likely... you've seen people be struck by lightning in the past. You've seen people be struck by magical lightning.
Oh, yeah.
And whilst they do get... get burns along their body, it is more likely to throw them a great distance than anything. So he might be on the rocks, he might have been blown somewhere on the ship. I don't know.
He got struck by lightning way earlier, so he's probably in the sea, man.
He may be in the sea, you don't know unless you start having a look around.
I think he's He's not a problem.
I still think we should try and make sure the captain's okay.
Okay, give me an investigation check as you have a look around the ship.
Investigation.
I'll say, straight
14.
14. It's hard to get a good look of where you are on this little congregation of rocks. You search below decks, you search all across the main deck of the ship. No captain in sight there. You go down into the bilge of the ship where you can see that there is water coming in. However, it's staying at the sort of sea level that is outside. While that's a good sort of 6 or 7 feet in places, the ship is stuck where it is, and the whole ship is not going to fill with water. But no, at this point in time, on board the ship, you cannot find the captain.
Well, I guess he's dead.
That is a quite dark thing to say, and that's for me.
She's not wrong. We should probably be more focused about surviving with the people we can see here than helping them.
True, but you think the first mate's going to be happy we lost the captain? I don't think he is.
Well, we didn't lose the captain.
Technically we did, because we have basically not bothered to look for him since he vanished.
Well, we did look for him.
I did just now, and I didn't really find anything.
We were a little busy. Been over the storm and almost dying several times.
The storm is raging around you still, and the waves are still crashing, albeit with less force at this point. You've been through this storm over it. It seemed like a very long time to you guys, but time obviously feels like wibbly wobbly soup when bad crazy things are happening. So you feel like the storm only maybe lasted as long as half an hour over you guys before it moved on, but in that time, well, it's ruined your day basically.
I had such good plans for today as well. Okay.
Really? You've been seasick, it seems like most days.
Yeah, that wasn't part of my plans. I was hoping for better stuff.
Well, I wasn't really hoping to get caught in the storm, but here we are.
Yeah.
Amazing. You notice, obviously, that the rest of the crew are sort of looking around, seeing who's taking stock of who's left on board. You see Clovis, the first mate. You see Evie, obviously, who you pulled out of the sea. You see Chipper made it, who you rescued. Topman, Tilly, and Isaacs, but there's no sign of Blevin or another seaman called Lucky.
Oh, he wasn't.
Is a carpenter about...
Chipper is alive, yes.
We just confirmed that.
Okay.
I've got to try and find him, see, and ask him what kind of things we're going to need to do to maybe get the ship patched up. And
You find Chipper in the bilge, sort of pondering that question themselves, as they scratch one of their ears, and they're just sort of like, oh God, right, okay, so we're going to need timber. We're going to need a fair amount of timber, a lot of timber, to fix up this. But at the moment, what I think we can do is if we use some of the sailcloth, and we can put cork in it, and that'll plug the hole for now, and that'll get her at least floatable, maybe. But that might be a job for the morning. But yeah, no, we can get her afloat. We can get her back afloat. Give me an intelligence check.
6.
You trust this man. You trust specifically a tiefling, and they know boats and you do not. So you think that this person is going to be right on with that.
All sounds good to me.
What
Excellent.
if we tried air? Right, because when I'm at home, I have this little ducky, and it floats on water, and it only has air in it.
Yes, but I doubt that little ducky has humongous gashes in it.
So, okay, Missy, you're saying that we need to create some sort of bladder within my bilge?
What?
We inflate something, fill it with air to make it float, you say?
Yeah,
Like your ducky.
like my ducky.
Yeah. Okay, now where might we find something that is large enough to be inflated inside of our here vessel?
Cloth. We stitch up cloth together. We blow into it really hard.
I feel like with your thing about cloth, you're kind of going along the same line as what Chipper was just saying about using the sail.
No. This both could actually work.
Could it?
In theory, we would just have to get something that we could fill it with air with. It's a large area, but I will begin to ponder such a thing. In the meantime, I will plug the hole with sailcloth and cork. But I am intrigued. That is a very interesting proposition, young filly.
Who are you calling a filly?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I insult the young lady?
I don't understand your accent.
What? My apologies.
Okay.
Okay.
You have a very weird accent.
I have a weird accent.
Yeah.
I am slightly insulted.
That's okay.
Anyway, I will ponder your idea. I am very intrigued, though. And you leave Chipper sort of scratching his horns, going, "How could I create such a large edifice filled with air?" Are you off to see anybody else tonight? Or are you going to try and get back to sleep for the evening and get a full night's rest?
I'm feeling a little battered after that, so I'm
Okay.
quite happy to have a bit of a rest. and-
Yeah, maybe try and get back to sleep somehow.
So after the excitement of the being woken up by the storm in the middle of the night, you all try and head back to sleep and head to your hammocks. The rest of the crew are sort of securing the ship as best they can, and eventually they make their way back to sleep too, leaving a few people on the deck to watch for any more adverse weather. But yes, you get a long rest, so any damage that you took during that you can recuperate. And I think I'm just going to call a short break if that's all right. And we'll be back in 10-15 minutes. And we'll catch you on the other side. Bye. Welcome back to Castle of Adventure. Thank you for bearing with us during the break. We had to just reset and change a couple of things while you were away, but we're ready to go. Now, we rejoin our companions after a wild night at sea. We find them in their hammocks early in the morning. Give me perception checks at disadvantage, please, Gavin.
Perception. 22.
22.
I got a 20 and a 19.
Yeah.
My lowest out for 2 is 17.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
And
still fairly good.
8. Okay. Kelpie is sleeping soundly. However, Cade and Sineni are woken early in the morning by this sort of scratching sound as they lie in their hammocks. And then a skittering amongst the wood and the bunks and the beds.
They're rats. I hope they're rats. I really don't want it to be
I'm
rats.
just going to grab my staff and just try to have a look down, see if I can...
Okay, give me a perception check.
Ooh,
Okay.
perception, that's an 8.
Oh, that's the music died. So with an 8, so you see something dark across the floor, but you're unsure as what it was. You see it's some sort of insect, maybe. You're not sure. not insect, some sort of rodent, maybe, but you're not sure. It seems to just and away.
When I see it, I just kind of go, just stare up on the thing with my stuff.
If you want to give me a perception check as well.
Okay.
Music.
15.
15. You get a better look at this thing. It looked like some sort of forearm, maybe it could be an insect. It seemed to have like sectioned legs, but maybe with a fifth appendage. You're not entirely sure, but you see it dive under one of the beds.
I feel like I should maybe try and evaluate if I can think of anything that has, jointed legs like that.
Give me a nature check.
Yeah, sure, that's absolutely nature check. 16.
16. You can't think of anything. I mean, maybe it's something that's got maybe some sort of stinger, or maybe it could be some sort of lizard that's got a tail. You're not entirely sure. You would have to get a better look at it.
Okay, so it's either a lizard or something with a stinger. Can't tell you much else besides that.
Maybe we should get the big horse to have a look, because...
Wake up the big horse?
Yeah, that might be our best plan.
Okay, wake up the big horse. Alright.
Pair of you cautiously approach Calfee and attempt to wake her up. Who's going to be the brave one?
I'll poke her with my quarterstaff.
Oh, okay. Calfee, you are rudely awoken by the halfling with a stick.
Well,
Calfee, wake up.
What?
there's either
You may not be graceful, but I'm guessing you can maybe fight. There's some weird thing skittering around.
it's either a lizard or it's some sort of creature with a stinger.
It's probably a spider. Go back to sleep.
I don't think spiders have stingers.
I'm supposed to love them too.
You hear something scratching around on the board somewhere.
That does sound weird.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Okay.
Seems to be more than one as well.
Okay.
I'm saying, is there any kind of like creature or anything I have to kind of like hop up on?
Yes, absolutely. You can. There's a small box beside your bunk that you could.
Yeah, I'll dive up on that, so I've got a little bit of
Okay.
height, so I don't feel quite as exposed.
From where you're stood on this box, you're looking straight down the main cabin, and you can see just at the steps leading onto the main deck something slinking in the shadows, and then you see like just a crack of light appear, and something goes out and thunk, as the trapdoor to the deck closes.
It's not a scorpion, is it? I hate
I
scorpions.
didn't see it, but I don't like being sat down here with it.
Okay, it's either a lizard or it's some sort of creature with a stinger.
Are there any other boxes?
Are you going to hop onto the box? Okay. Give me an acrobatics check so you can hop onto a box.
6.
Okay. It's less of a hop and more of a you scramble on, and because it's quite small, you've got to have all 4 of your hooves quite close together, which makes it gives you a really weird profile. But you are on top of the box. Give me a perception check.
18.
18. Amazing. With an 18, creeping up the stairs, you understand what they mean when they thought it could be some sort of a lizard or possibly even a scorpion. You see 4 definite things that seems to be moving it along. And it seems to have something that lifts it up. But as you stare, you realise that the thing that is up is a bone. And the rattling on the wood is rotting fingernails as a severed hand
It's a hand!
claws its way up the stairs to the main deck.
It's a fucking hand!
It's a what?
A hand!
Oh, so you're saying that a hands scuttling around down here. No, absolutely not. I'm going with the rest of you. I'm getting on the box. Absolutely not.
Have you lost a hand?
No, still the two. I'm okay.
Everybody still has 2 hands.
My hands are very
And you have
nice to
4
touch.
hooves.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You're all good. And there are no severed hooves that are clocked anywhere either.
Hey, I just found something really weird. Insects are creatures with 6 limbs. Does that make you an insect, since you technically have 6 limbs?
What, sorry?
Insects are creatures with 6 limbs, and I know this. You have 6 limbs with your 2 arms and your 4 hooves. Does that make you an insect?
Ah, but some insects have 8.
Give me a nature check.
This is the weirdest little tangent now, because
That's your D12 again. That's your.
Thank you. I
There we go.
don't want to make that mistake twice in a row. That's 8, so plus 1 and 8 to 9.
No. Whilst you sort of thinking, you think, well, that yeah, insects have 6 limbs, but hang on, so do dragons and manticores. There are a lot of things with 6 limbs. Does that mean?
I'm a dragon.
I'm having a bit of a crisis right now. Just hold on.
But yes, again, you hear that little thud with the trapdoor as the hand makes its way up the steps and onto
Alright
the deck.
guys, now that we know I'm a dragon, I'll just burn it.
Please don't.
Yes.
I want something made out of wood.
That we need to get to where we're going. So
Oh yeah. Okay,
You
let's
can
go.
hear the rest of the crew working on the ship and the best repairs that you can, doing the best repairs that they can. But you can still hear the sea is hitting the sides of the ship with quite a amount of force still, even though the storm itself has ended.
Yeah,
So we've seen a couple of them going upstairs. We should probably go one or two.
I was about to say I want to go up on deck just to say, hey, I'm not sure if it's just because we had very little sleep, but we think there are like 7 hands running around.
Should we grab a net?
I'm not quite sure that
I
would
don't
work.
think catching them is a. I think let's just kill them first and.
Okay, that's
Deal with
fine.
that.
Yeah, plus if we're moving around from the 7th, that gives me vibes of something undead, which I don't think net will work on that.
Okay, so are you going to head up onto the main deck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you clamber on through the main hatch, bringing yourselves onto the deck, and it is still a wild day. The wind buffets you. You can feel spray from the waves. However, it's not as tumultuous as it was last night, and there's no thunder and lightning crashing, throwing off your senses. You can see many of the remaining seamen and topmen are hammering away and working with sanders and stuff like that, and you can see Clovis, acting Captain Clovis, at the wheel talking to Chipper the carpenter and Evie, the gnome who you rescued. What do you want to do?
I'll take a leaf out of Kelpie's book and just be kind of weird with my obscenity, and as I get up, just has anyone seen any little hands scuttling around anywhere?
As you say, has anyone seen hands scuttling anywhere? Like, about 3 or 4 sailors just immediately go, hands? What do you mean, hands?
Hands! You know, like severed hands!
Why would
Scuttling around!
Clovis hears you and he's like, did you say severed hands?
Yes! Kelpie is pretty sure she saw 7 hands running around below deck. I'm not quite sure. Could have been a scorpion for all we know. There's something running
That
around.
sounds extreme. You say you saw severed hands.
I didn't know I was attached to anything, so.
That would so you saw hands that were not attached. Clearly they are severed. And yeah, we've not seen
We've seen
not
these
seen
2
anything
come
on
up here
deck.
from down below.
From down below.
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
2 of
we-
them just came up.
We
The
heard,
hands came from down below, you
we,
said.
Sarah
we
has-
heard the hatch open and close again, so we have to
Okay.
presume something came up here.
Just have a quiet look around the deck, see if you can spot anything.
Yes, of course.
Hands!
Don't call out the hands. I don't think the hands have funnily enough.
Give me a round of perception checks then, please. As you
got it.
investigation, as you look closely around
Five.
the deck.
I don't know anything.
8, okay.
19.
A 19. You start from the forecastle at the front of the ship and the poop deck, and you work your way backward methodically. And eventually you get to the point where you're looking at the doors to the captain's cabin, which is just below the steering platform in the Reed Castle. And there, scrabbling at the handle, you can see... It would be hard to spot it if you weren't looking for it. The grey flesh blending in with the weathered wood and the sea in the background as this hand scrabbles for the door.
Somebody grab it.
And I will place them so that you might know what they are. Put yourselves on the ship as to whereabouts your person would be.
That seems about right since the
probably about
there.
Hands are there.
Put your little pony on.
How are you approaching? Or are you just standing staring at them going, hands!
Can I charge at one immediately?
Okay, smashing. Back, roll for initiative. Everybody then, please.
Oh, for initiative.
Not one.
No, you cannot charge.
She's charging in her head. She's like,
Okay.
I rolled a 22.
Onwards. Okay, so, Andy, what did you get?
16.
16. So Kate is at 16. You got a 1. And Sinani got a 22. 22. 16. I got a 12. Kelpie. Well, what does that take you up to? 4. Amazing. So Kelpie screams, charge! And then skids on the slippery deck of the ship immediately. So we would start off, in that case, with Sideni. What are you going to do?
Well, first of all, I'll probably need to get closer to one.
Okie dokie. So it's,
It's not bad. So, I'm just going to try to stab one with a hand. Well, wait, I'm just going to...
Okay, make an attack roll then.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Well, 6.
Okie dokie. So you go to take a swipe at the claw, and the hand skitters out the side and sort of starts climbing up the side of the door. Kate, what are you going to do? Oh, anything else that you'd like to do in your turn?
Not really.
Okay, no problem.
Not really want to get too close to these things, so
Okay.
I'm going to take out my longbow, just fire a shot.
Alright.
Use my Kenzie strike when I do it as well.
Go for it. Tell me what's Kenzie strike does.
Special ability, I can add my bonus action to the shot to do an extra d4 damage.
Oh,
Nice.
amazing. That sounds cool, yeah.
If I hit.
If you hit.
Dirty 20.
Day 20, absolutely. You draw back your...
Yes.
You pull back your arrow, and sort of do that where you hold your breath as you breathe, and then breathe out and take your shot. Plunges into the hand.
I'll take that. That's 11 points of piercing damage.
11 points of piercing damage.
Forgot to add to modifier, 15 points.
15 points of piercing damage. Your arrow skewers the first hand, absolutely pins it to the door, and it twitches for a couple of minutes, and then and it stops moving. There's now just a hand that's sat there attached to the door.
Well, at least the crew believers with one of the hands pinned to a door.
However, actually, no, you don't see them yet, so that's fine. So I'm going to see some people. And from where you are, what happens now is you see these skeletons and rotting corpses rising through the deck of the ship.
People
taking
with no hands.
a couple of them don't have a hand.
At least they can't hold weapons.
Good point.
They can't do punches, though. You know,
So
punching is still an
these corpses glow with a sort of sickly blue light as they phase through the deck of the ship, and you realise that you're surrounded by these undead creatures. You hear a disembodied laughter from somewhere off the side of the boat, but that's all. So, first of all, this one is going to come and run at you, and this one's going to come and have a run at you. That one's going to stay where it is because it's got a bow. This one's going to run down, but I don't think it has enough movement to get all the way in. So that is a sea spawn that is attacking Kelpie. So it gets to make a multi-attack. So its first strike is with its stump of a hand with just a rotting bone that's been sharpened to a sickly point. What's your AC, Kelpie?
16.
16. So the 11 does not hit you. And then you see out of this distorted hump in its back, quills start to grow out all of a sudden, and it just throws its body forward, and these long bone-like quills fire towards you from its back.
Undead hedgehog!
16?
Yes, 16.
Hey! Sorry, I was very excited. Can you take a Constitution saving throw for me,
Yes,
please?
I can. That is Constitution 18. 18.
You feel poison start to flood into your body, but your iron constitution sort of fights that poison off. You are not considered poisoned, but you do take 4 points of poison damage.
Yeah, perfect.
And then, Cade, you are in combat with a skeleton. So that is 16?
Misses.
Ooh, cool, no worries. It comes towards you with its scimitar and takes a huge slash, but you sort of just tumble out the way, and as it comes, like, sort of skittering towards you. The hand is going to attempt to pick the lock of the captain's cabin. It does not manage to do it this turn. However, this does manage to claw its way up onto the deck. I would say all of you can see that. So I would like a round of wisdom saving throws, please.
Okay.
From all of you.
11.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You are fine.
A 5.
A 5. You are afraid. You are also fine.
I have briefly, so I get advantage on checks against sight.
Oh, amazing. Cool, yeah.
That helps. That's 19.
A 19. Amazing. So you see this female figure with green, dark, lank hair down across her face. Her skin is a rotting blue-grey, and it's falling off her and flaking away from her body. Her massive fish-like eyes are grey, pale white, and she has huge, spiny teeth, sort of like as sharp as the quills that were fired towards you. She leers. And
Absolutely worse.
she is going to have a go at Kelpie, I think it will be, with her claws. Let's see heck. No, a 12 does not hit.
Nope.
So she comes in towards you, slashing away with her open hands, and you clippity-clop out of the way.
Get
and
off
dance.
me, you spiky bitch.
Which brings us to your turn.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You're engaged with the sea spawn and
Yep.
the sea hag.
Bonus action Hunter's Mark, please.
Upon whom?
Upon the hag.
On the hag. Awesome. Cool. She is marked.
And then I'm just going to use my short sword to. No, I'm not.
You take a swipe at the hag, but that weird, creepy laughter and the way that her hair is it's got that coffee and cream kind of floating around her head in a weird nimbus. Really off-putting.
I have 2 weapon fighting, can I?
Yeah, of course you can go for it.
No.
No, your bonus actions, Hunter's Mark.
Never mind.
Thank you for keeping me right. So that's your full turn. You can move if you want, but they will go. Okie dokie. Which brings us back to the top of the round, and Senenia, is your go.
Well, since one of the hands is dead, I want to try and lash out the other one just to keep it from trying to get into the captain's cabin.
Mhm.
I don't know what he wants in there, but I'm not going to
Make
let
your
him
attack
in there.
roll.
9.
A 9. So the hands, you can see it. It's got a lockpick or a rusty knife in one, well, in its grip, and it's sort of jammed it into the door, and you can see it twisting it and twisting it. And there's something about maybe the smell just hits you. Maybe it's the wrongness of seeing a disembodied hand trying to continue the actions of a hand that should be attached to somebody, but you go for your strike and it just throws you off and you miss. Is there anything else you'd like to do this time? You can bonus action disengage, you can take the dog. No, you can't, you've attacked. But you can attempt to hide.
I mean, can I really hide in this situation?
If you move and then get yourself to somewhere else, you can hide, and that'll give you advantage on your attacks.
I mean, I'm not sure I'll be able to get far enough.
Okay.
Honestly.
That's alright. Which brings us back to Kay. You're up, buddy.
Well, since the skeleton's right there, I'll just take my quarterstaff and just try and take a good
Okay.
swing at him.
Take a swing.
17.
17 hits.
And 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okie dokie. He's getting on. 6. Okay, smashing. You come in with your staff and you sort of just smash into its ribs with a sharp jab, busting them. You can see, you hear the clatter of bones as they hit the deck of the ship. Is there anything else that you'd like to do this round?
I think I get, since I've used an attack, I can do an unarmed attack from a bonus action,
Yes, you can.
which I'll just do
Yeah.
that as well.
Bonus action unarmed attack.
It's 14.
14, that also hits.
Well, it's just a d4. Ooh, 4.
Oh, amazing. Cool. As you spin round with a kick after you smash it with your staff, it spins the skeleton's head like it would usually be dislocated, and it sort of just takes its other hand and pushes it back around and goes at you.
I just got like...
Humble defense.
Yeah.
Oh no! Which is my turn now. So, the skeleton that I forgot about last round that's got a bow is going to take a pot shot at Cade. So that is... Does a 10 hit? No, sorry, a 12.
12, no.
No, okay. So the other skeleton is going to take a swipe at you with its scimitar. That probably will hit. That is a 21.
That's it.
Amazing. So it swipes in at you doing... it does 3 damage to you with its scimitar. It cuts you across the chest. Blood spurting out of your lovely new robes. And we have the sea hag is going to take a couple of swipes at... Or a swipe at Calpy with its claws. Claws plus 5. 12?
Nope.
Nope. Absolutely amazing. And then it's the sea spawn that is going to take a multi-attack at you again. So with its hand, it is a 15.
Nope.
It comes in with its bony shank again. And you step out of the way. And this time it's going to take a bite at you. That's cocked. That's cocked again. There we go. So that is an 18.
Yes.
Okay. You can see as it rears back, it grows those anglerfish teeth. As it sort of, you see them grow out of its mouth as it comes towards you, and takes a huge, latches onto the bottom of your top of your arm on your shoulder as you take 1d4. You take 3 piercing damage this turn. It is clamped on your arm. And then the other one is now in range, and it's gonna come and have a go That's Snenny. So this one is going to make a strike with its unarmed attack, which is a 21. Does that hit?
Well, yes.
Amazing. That does 5 damage to you as it sort of clobbers you with its closed fist as it comes screaming down the stairs at you. And then it's going to do a... In its other hand, where it did have a hand, you see it starts to twist and morph, and then it elongates and it forms into a tentacle, and this tentacle comes lashing in towards you with a... That's also a turny 1. So you take... so that is, you take 3 bludgeoning damage, and the tentacle wraps around your waist, and you're lifted off the ground by this horrible sea-mutated humanoid creature. You guys see another one of these sea spawn scuttle down the stairs and then lash her with a tentacle that appears to have just grown and then lifts her into the air. Kelpie, that is your turn.
Oh my god. Okay.
I have a question. Are you trying to murder us?
No, I'm not trying to murder you. I'm trying
He's successfully about to murder us.
I'm presenting to you a challenge.
A challenge we may not overcome.
Well, that's the game.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm still going for the hag.
You're still going to go for the hag?
Despite
Awesome.
the fact that you've got something latched onto you.
It's the hag that's latched onto me.
No, it's the sea spawn that's got you.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
But you're not grappled or anything, it's just ha, and it wanted to stay there.
No, I'm still going for the hag.
Okay?
With the other hand.
With your free hand?
Yeah. So that is 13.
13 is her AC.
Woohoo! So I do 6. 10 damage.
10 damage, wow.
And really interesting bonus actions. No,
Oh.
no.
Is that Hunter's Mark damage as well?
Yes,
Okay, cool. No worries.
I'm gonna leave that there.
No bonus action attack?
Well, I've got something on my
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. Cool. Well, that was a good chunk of damage from you on the sea hag, which brings us back around to Sineni. You are grappled, but you can still take attacks.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try and attack the thing that's grappling me.
Okie dokie. Now, as an action, you can try and do an athletics check to try and remove yourself from the grapple, but that means that you won't be able to attack. You can still attack it this round.
But, do I want to go the grapple or do I want to hit it? Decisions.
I will press you because this is only 6 seconds.
I'll just try and do, what was that, athletics?
Yeah, okay, so make an athletics check.
Yeah, okay, I'm probably gonna fail this.
Yeah,
Not 20.
Nice.
See?
There you go.
There you go.
So what's
You grab onto the tentacle and you rip it up from around your waist. You are no longer grappled. You still have a bonus action and your movement, so you could disengage, which means you can move away from it, and that means that you will not be attacked. But yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, maybe I should disengage.
Okay, where would you like to go?
Good question.
You can go up onto the rear castle,
That
or you
put me
could.
near the bowman.
Yes, or you could go and help one of your other compatriots, safety in numbers, all that sort of thing.
Probably do that, considering one of them is currently being bitten. For some reason that I can't
Okay.
comprehend.
So.
I think it wants to
5,
kill
10,
me.
15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. Awesome. So you've made it into combat for the next turn, which brings it to me. So the sea spawn that was attacking Kelpie and biting her is going to turn its attention upon this new foe. However.
Is am I not next?
Oh no,
Well,
you are.
Kate.
Kate, I'm so sorry.
I'm little tasty, missus. Yeah.
Go for it, Kate.
Yeah, I'll take another shot.
Okay.
With my quarterstaff against skeleton
You swing at the skeleton.
and get a 10.
A 10, that does not hit, I'm afraid.
Can I use, since I've used an attack, just have to hit to be able to use flurry of blows?
No, just have to make the
So
attack
just
action.
use a key point.
Pop, pop.
2 attacks. Just 14 hits
14 does hit.
and a natural 20.
Oh, that of course is, yeah. 2 damage to both.
So it's
How do you want to do this?
Oh! Just kill it!
Unless you roll terribly, terribly, terribly.
I take a swing with the
Okay.
quarterstaff, but as I miss, I just kind of like pop it into the ground, just kick off the side of the thing, and just come back in with.
No.
Okay. That's
So
epic.
it's one fluid motion. You bring your staff up as it steps away from the uppercut. You slam it down the other side, and then you use it to spin yourself around with the momentum, and you come back around and punch it full in the face. The force of it knocks the skeleton off the ship entirely as it falls back into the sea, taken care of. That creature. Nicely done. Nicely done. Anything else you'd care to do this time? That's action and bonus action, isn't it? You still
Yeah,
have
I've still got my movement.
Nice.
I'm probably gonna just move over here so that if anything else is trying to get to them,
All right.
I've
gonna
noticed
come into
she's
you.
took a bit of a hiding during that fight, so if I
Okay.
can block the tentacle arm thing off.
Excellent. Well, the sea thing, what do we call it? The sea spawn is going to come for you. The archer's going to stay where. Actually, the archer's going to move forward a little bit, place itself behind cover up here, and the others are just going to start making their attack. First of all, the hand is going to continue trying to get into the door and still fails. The archer is going to take a pot shot at Sineni. With a 22, which I'm guessing hits.
Yeah.
You take 4 damage. And then you've got the sea spawn, which the first attack comes in, and that is 21.
Yeah,
That hits. Okay, so that's 3 damage
Oh, God.
with its arm, and then it comes in to bite at you with its bite attack. You see its teeth elongate, but you manage to skip out of the way, and you hear that as those jaws grasp on air, which brings us to the sea hag. None of you are afraid, so it can't do death glare. So it's just going to use its claws. That'll be a 21. Yep. She does claws. D6. Oh no. That is 8 damage.
I'm not looking good,
She
guys.
brings her claws, raking it from your cheek all the way down your neck to your clavicle, and blood sort of pours freely down the side of your face, soaking your top. And blinding you slightly as it starts to drip into your left eye.
Do I at least look cool?
Oh, you look badass in the extreme. You look like some sort of full-on, raging, terrifying thing to behold.
Oh no, she's shouting that to her friends.
Okay, cool.
I'm cool.
I mean, if bleeding out slowly is cool.
I'll just look back, yeah, badass.
It's your turn, Kelly.
Cool. I'm now going to use 2 weapons.
Okay.
So, first one would be a 20.
That hits, yes.
And the second one would be a 10.
A 10, that does not, I'm
No,
afraid.
that's no problem.
So, was that a natural 20?
No.
Oh, okay.
8 damage.
8 damage, nice. Okay. She's looking hurt. Okay. Which brings us back around to Sineni. You are fighting the sea spawn.
Ew. I'm just... 12.
12.
Which misses, I'm assuming?
No, it only has an AC of 11. You beat it, so roll for damage.
Okay, let's see what happens next. 8.
8 damage, smashing, that's really good. So after sparring with the hand that just could not be hit, you decide, I need a bigger target, and you rush the sea spawn. You knock a couple of its incoming attacks to the side and just skewer it in a perfect sort of fencing style stab. You can see blood and black ichor dripping from the wound, and you can see smoke rising from your blade as well. Anything else you'd like to do this time? Oh, hang on. No, technically you don't have advantage though. That's fine. So anything else you'd like to do this time? Yep. Okie dokie. Cage, you're up.
Am I in combat with that?
You are, yes.
Yeah, so be sensible. I'll just do an unarmed strike on it.
An arm strike? Cool.
Yeah.
You go, you swoop in for a punch.
13.
13 hits. Crack! Your fist makes contact with with its jaw.
1 point of damage.
Hey!
Amazing.
With that, because I've done an unarmed strike,
Yeah?
and I'm holding a Kenji weapon,
Yeah?
I've got +2 to my AC for the rest of the turn.
Oh, nice. Cool. Awesome. Noted. Anything else you'd like to do this time?
Just check, that's not a bonus action, isn't it? No. Yeah, I'll just take a bonus action and just have another.
Okay, yeah, go for another attack. Unarmed attack.
No, 11.
That hits.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't have very much armor, the sea spawn.
Another 2 damage.
Another 2 damage. Cool. 3. Amazing. So that brings us to the sea spawn and the hags. So we'll go for sea spawn that's fighting Cade first of all. First attack, which is an 18.
Misses.
Miss.
19 now.
Ooh, oh yeah. And then it comes in with its, let's randomize. 4. You can see that tentacle elongating as it takes a slash at you. But nimbly, it sort of comes in and you sort of dance out the way. You push it to the side and you can feel it's taking on a weird rubbery texture as well. It gives you the heebie-jeebies. But you avoid damage from it this turn. The one that is fighting Sinani takes a slight swipe at her with its bone shank of a hand. It only got a 8, so I don't think that misses. You parry it with your blade, and then it's going to 3. You see the quills start to grow through its back, and expect it to attack with that, with an 11.
That misses.
No, sorry, hang on. 8 plus 13?
That's exactly my...
Oh! So you see these quills grow out of this huge roiling hump and it throws its body forward and they come towards you. So you take 3 poison damage and make a constitution saving throw.
Make a constitution save. Okay. If you want.
That's alright, you're doing alright.
9.
A 9.
I'm poisoned.
You feel this poison take grip on you. You're rolling at disadvantage for any attack throws and ability checks for the next minute. Oh no, it's only for this round, actually. I do apologise. So it's just for this round.
Well, that's advantageous. My turn's already been.
Oh no, it's until next.
Ah.
Sorry. So on your next turn, you'll be rolling at disadvantage, but after that, you'll be alright. So then it'll be the hag at Kelpie with its claws. Does a 20 hit?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. It luckily only does 2 damage on yours. It sort of keeps... It's now turning into just this like ferocious flurry of claws, stabbing them into your horse torso and clawing at your face. You can feel blood from hundreds of tiny little cuts seeping through.
Also.
Your horso. Took a second. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's funny and it's clever and therefore really cool. Your humour has thrown me off, Kelpie.
I'm sorry.
But that brings us around to your turn.
Cool. Okay. The hag is still up, right?
The hag is still up.
Fucking bitch.
That's.
I see what your range is. Well, I'm gonna go for her.
Okie dokie. Make your attack roll.
So that is a 12.
12. Ooh, I'm gonna. No, doesn't hit.
Okay, and then a 17.
17 hits.
11.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. No, she's looking really hurt. You can see that, like, even though you've got all these tiny little cuts across your torso and your head, you can see that you've done some really bad damage in return. You can see that there's this deep green sort of slimy blood that's just oozing down her side. She also has a cut that's blinding her own one eye, mirroring your own. You both look fucking terrifying to all onlookers, drenched in your own blood and slime and everything like that as you battle it out on this ship. Anything else you'd care to do this turn? Or is that you?
Just scream in her face.
Okay. What do you scream? Or is it just okay. Which brings us back around to Sineni.
Who's going to try and attack the thing with poison there?
Okay.
Probably not going to work.
Make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Yep. Well, I know which one's going. 6.
6 is that natural 1.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So as you take swipes, the sea spawn knocks your rapier to the ground. You are disarmed, but you can pick it up next turn.
There's really a lot I can do in this situation.
Okay, no worries. Cade, you're up.
With it, seeing that things aren't going great for them over there, I'm going to take a risk and give them an opportunity to attack and just turn and run over here.
Okay. It swipes at you with a 10.
Kelpie, just plant my stick in, hop on, onto the back, flip over to the other side next to the hag.
Okay, nice.
Hey.
I will absolutely allow that because that's total. That's like no shit. Yeah.
And take a shot at the...
Go for it. Nice. Make your attack roll.
Be a 23.
Yes, that hits.
Nine
damage. Nice. She screeches out as you smack her in the face with your staff. Cool. She's looking very hurt. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'll go for the front of your balls there. So
Pop.
22 and a nat 20.
Absolutely. That smashes into her face with both attacks. Remember, I rolled double damage on that critical hit.
So that's 2 points for the normal one, and double damage, it's 5.
5. So that is 7 total?
7, yeah.
Is that including adding your...
Oh, no, proficiency is plus 4, so 11.
Have you not been adding your proficiency at all?
Most of them I've forgotten.
Okay, so we'll say 11. Oh, she's looking very hurt right now then in that case. You leap over Kelpie's back, smashing her face with one punch, smashing her face. She staggers at these huge blows from you, the momentum of the leap over Kelpie, carrying you and putting that extra weight behind your punches. Nice moves.
Kelpie just turns her head and is like, that was really cool.
The hag, enraged, turns to you, whipping out her claws. So that is a 9. Wolverine style. Snick, snick.
9 misses.
You just dodge.
Matrix style, full belt.
Then that is sea spawn on. Oh, by the way, you're not rolling at a disadvantage. You're not poisoned anymore. So that ended 10 plus 14. Does that hit you?
That hits.
That hits. Okay, so that is going to do 3 damage to you with its unarmed strike.
That's the last of my health.
Oh dear! That means that you are unconscious. Next round, you'll start making death saving throws. Okay? And then, so... we've got the other sea spawn. That one's going to run up to Kelpie. Good catch.
Thank you.
But it failed to hit, luckily, with a 12. Then we've got Hag, sea spawn, skeleton's head. Oh, that brings us to Kelpie's turn.
I mean, I act like I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to do the exact same thing because I want this bitch dead. Okay, 23.
That hits. Who are you attacking?
The hag.
The hag,
I
go for
want
it.
her dead. Okay.
Hair whipping around her face, the weird, creepy laughter.
8 damage.
8 damage. How do you want to do this?
Yay! Okay, so I'm using my short sword.
Mm-hmm.
As my very cool friend does like a flip over my back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like turning and just like slice her across the neck.
Amazing. So, as Cade leaps off your back, you start to move as he pushes against you, and you use that as momentum. And you spit the rear horse part of you spins round, and you come with that right hand and cut right across her neck. You can see this green ooze coming down and spilling down her body as she just and she collapses to the floor, choking on her own liquids. Cool move. I like the interplay between the two. That was fun. Any bonus actions? You still got the other hand to attack with.
Once I've done that, I'm gonna turn around and try and get the other one.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep that momentum going.
19.
Hits.
Okay. I can't do that. 5 damage.
5 damage. Ooh, that one is looking very hurt as well at this point now. You keep spinning, and with your left hand you come round as you keep going and rake it across its weird, distended hump across its shoulder and back. As the blood spurts out from it with ichor and black goo as well. Sinani, would you like to make a death saving throw, please? So it's just roll a d20. And you need to get over a 10 for a pass, or under a 10. Okay, so that's 1 fail. Okay, don't worry, that's only 1 fail. Which brings us to Cade again.
Seeing Snenny down, I'm going to do a little bit of a parkour around the side, get between
Block up.
the two of us.
Nice.
Can I use my action to stabilise her?
Absolutely, you can. That'll be a medicine check, I believe.
13.
13. You are no longer dying. You have been stabilised, but you don't have 1 hit point yet.
Okay.
Okay, but you are not dead.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's pretty much all I can just set myself for the beating I'm about to take.
Okay. Pushing fence, anything like that?
Oh yeah, it's bonus action, yeah. I'll use my last key point and piercing defence.
You take a defensive stance, fearing the worst from the incoming sea spawn, as one lowers above you, and it's rolling at disadvantage now, isn't it? Okay. So that's 1, so that's 7. Okay, so 7 plus 4 is 11. Is that one?
It is.
Comes in at you with its open hand, trying to rake you with its claws, misses. Then it's going to come at you with a bite, the teeth elongating as it feels that hunger coming from it. And that is, so that's 16, or no, that one will also be a miss. The jaws just whistle past your ear as you dodge out to the side. Your defensive stance as you move around, like move the creature away from you, dancing around it, unharmed this turn. Kelpie, the other one's going to come at you with its open hand for 14.
Nope.
Nope, cool. And then it's going to attempt to tentacleize you. So it gets you with a 16 plus stuff, 21 with its tentacle. Its tentacle wraps around the lower part of your human torso. It tries to heave you into the air, but can't because half of you's a horse.
You know, I kind of.
But you take 2 damage as it squeezes you with its tentacle.
Oh, guys, it's really tight.
Kelpie, you're up.
It hurts.
You can feel the tentacle tightening around you. It tries to squeeze more life.
So it's got my torso,
It's
not
not
my
your
arms.
torso, no.
Okay.
You're only grappled. You're not restrained.
But can I grab out a dagger and just try and like plunge it into?
You can. Do you want to attack it, or do you want to try and escape it with flavor?
Yeah, escape flavor.
Okay. So give me an athletics check with as you whip out your dagger and you try and sever the tentacle to escape.
15.
15. You plunge the dagger in and its weird jelly texture just parts nicely as the tentacle flops to the floor and continues to move and flop and try and get closer towards you again. The creature rearing back as Ica spews from its severed limb. Anything else you'd like to do this time?
No. Yes, can I move my hunter's mark
Yes, of course you can.
over to...
Over to the new
Yeah.
Doober-Doo.
to-
Excellent. Which brings us to with Snenny. Roll me a d20. You're stabilized, but you're on 0 health.
14?
14. You are still unconscious, but you're not dying and you're not getting any worse. Okay?
Okay.
No worries. Cade, you're up.
Yep. Obviously facing that, I'll just take a good swing with my quarterstaff.
Okay. Whew, you go for a swing with the staff.
11.
11. Does hit. Sea Spawn have terrible AC.
5.
5 damage. It's looking very hurt at this point. You can see like ichor dripping down its face and out of that huge descented sack on its back and shoulder.
I'll follow up with a spinning kick, see if I can get it.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a natural 1.
Natural 1. You leap up and go for a spin, and it just catches you. What?
Halfling look.
Oh, yeah.
Natural
Go for
ones.
it.
Hey!
24.
24.
Nice!
I knew I took it for the
You leap up into the air and you know that you're going to miss. In fact, you know that you're going to hurt yourself. And so with a minor, like, couple of dope monk shit, sort of, you manipulate your muscles as you move through the air and do a like little course correct and smack it with your foot as you spin round.
8. What?
How do you want to do this?
So as I've swung round, hit it with the quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm.
When I spin round for the kick, realising I've completely messed this up, as I say, just twist in the air, hit the sides of the boat, and just come back with a roundhouse kick to the face.
Nice.
You hear bone snap, and the shattering of the bone, and the way that the head pops back, the sack on the shoulder explodes with the force of your kick. Black ichor running down its body as it slumps to the floor, lifeless. That one. There we go. Awesome. Which is me, and there's one still fighting against Kelpie. It misses with its first attack with a 2. And then it's going to... you see the quills start to grow out of its shoulders. Does an 11 hit?
No.
No, you step back as the quills come firing towards you. You've seen it do this a couple of times now, and you know how to get out of the way. which brings it to you.
What about the...
What about the
Oh, I've completely forgotten about him. He's just been sitting there going, a pirate's life for me, yo, for the last 10 minutes. He takes a pot shot at Cade with a 19.
Yeah, hits.
And he does 4 damage with his bow.
I will try to deflect.
Oh, nice.
How much damage is it for?
4.
It's 10.
10.
Plus, yeah, about 14 total.
Plus stuff. Can you throw it back at level 3?
I haven't got enough key flip back.
No
Catch it and
worries.
go. Thanks,
You catch the arrow in the air and you just pocket and put it into your own collection of arrows. In fact, you've never bought an arrow in your life. You've just got them and stolen them from other people.
I'm a monk, I don't have much money, you know, I've got to be safe.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was his go, which brings us to Kelpie.
Cool. I'm going to take out my longbow and try and shoot.
You'll be at disadvantage because technically you are in combat.
Okay, fair enough. Never mind then. Same as before.
Okay.
That first one isn't going to hit. Second one will be 21.
21 does hit.
And I've got Hunter's Mark on
Yeah.
it. Right. 10 damage.
10 damage. How do you want to do this?
Ooh, okay.
You spin round with your first attack. You've not even stopped in motion. Like the fighting spirit that you've been trained in. It tells you just to keep going, keep moving forward, keep attacking at all times. And that moment where the halfling leapt off you, it was like you dipped into like a meditative state, and now you're just this whirling dervish of blades and hooves and pain and death. So yes, describe how you kill the Sikh spawn.
So following on from that, moving around so much, I think she's gone to try and like do what she did before and miss. So she drops the sword, like bends down and catches it in 2 hands, and then just goes straight up through.
Nice. You spin, the attack misses, you drop the blade, it falls, you grab it in both hands and come up, catching it from navel all the way to neck as guts and ichor and rotten stuff just pile up its feet on the floor, and the sea spawn collapses in a pile of goo and mess. There's just a tiny little skeleton who is hiding behind a thing. And, hang on before I forget. The crawling claw, finally, after digging around up the door for turns, manages to, you hear a click, and the claw just into the captain's cabin.
We just follow that.
We should probably make sure she gets up okay first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so conscious on the floor, thank you.
Sorry, I forgot.
If either of you would like to do a medicine check or a medicine check with advantage between the two of you, or both of you can make a check. It's up to you.
Would you like to do it with advantage and not help?
What's your... I've got +3 to it.
I have... No, yours is better.
Okay, I'll go for advantage. 10.
With a
Maybe I
10,
shouldn't have.
I'm going to say you pop up with 1 hit point now that we're mostly out of combat. So you have 1 hit point. You come round into consciousness again. The horror of the things that you've been fighting suddenly flood back into your brain. So that would be Cade's turn currently.
I'm going to struggle to get up there, aren't I? It's...
From where you are?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20. And then technically that's 5, 10. So 40 feet.
I've got 35.
35.
I'll just
Give me an acrobatics check, and I'll say that you can make it up to that skeleton.
Its head is through
16.
the railing.
16, yeah.
Stop messing with me.
Leave it.
Oh, wait.
Luckily, we don't need to go up there. Kelp just destroyed the boat.
Okay. You run to the stairs and with a quick sort of side hop, you land on the steering platform, making it to the final skeleton. You've used your action to help revive your pal, which brings it to the skeleton's going to have a little swipe at you with its scimitar. It will hit with a 24, and it does 3 damage. Kelpie, your turn.
Bonus action, movement is marked.
Okay.
And then longbow, please.
No problem.
I can see it from there, can't I?
Mm-hmm. What does your hunter's mark look like, by the way?
I've not thought about that actually.
Okay.
Sparkles.
Okay. So the skeleton becomes wreathed. It's like dappled sunlight coming through the forests, like half shimmery as it hits through the leaves. That effect encircles the skeletons.
And then it gets an arrow to the face.
Okay, cool. How much arrow to the face damage is that?
So the attack is 23, and the damage is...
Is that one being hit yet?
No.
No.
No, because we kind of all forgot about it, so it's
10 damage.
10 damage.
That's like we all forgot about it.
Even though it's been forgotten, all of a sudden it looks very badly hurt. Snenny, you are conscious. You're on 1 hit point. Is there aught that you would care to do?
Well, I mean, I should probably try and help, but I'm not sure I can really,
There's the crawling claw in the cabin, or there's the skeleton on the steering platform.
Yeah, maybe I'll just go after them.
Go after the crawling claw. Okay. You move into the cabin. Give me a perception check.
Okay, perception. Okay, so that...
You see one claw pinned to the door.
That was like 13.
13. As you burst through the doors, you can hear as something frantically runs around the room, but you have not been able to spot it as yet. So it's my turn, I think? Nope, you. That is you, Kate. I apologise. I will stop forgetting about you at some point, Andy.
It's fine, I won't take it personally.
I'm sorry, buddy.
24 to hit?
24 hits.
And that's 9 damage.
Absolutely. You come vaulting over the side of the railing. You're punching it, hitting it with your stick.
Just quarterstaff, yeah.
Quarterstaff to this with your stick. You bonk it on the head. The skull just cracks, and you can see this grey mist sort of coming out of the top of its head before it collapses bone by bone onto the top. All that's left is the crawling claw in the cabin. But that brings us to me, and so you hit it, and you burst into this cabin. In there, you can see this big oak table. It looks like one of those really fancy like doctor desks and stuff. There are globes and weird sort of mummified creatures in cages all around you. But on the desk is a small but ornate chest, dark wood, brass hinges, highly polished. And again, you can see this claw is trying desperately to get in at the lock with whatever is within. Well, that brings us to Cade.
Cool. So I just need to hop down.
Yes, you jump back down, you run into the cabin, and you can see this crawling claw furiously trying to get into this box.
Well, just standing at the entrance, can I just take a shot with my bow?
Yes,
See if I just
absolutely you can.
take it out. And it's 12.
12 is its AC.
Just 8. 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Ping! You pull your bow back and pin it to the chest, and as with the one on the door, it sort of twitches for a minute, but then stops twitching, goes lifeless. And all you can hear is the sound of the waves crashing against the boat and the sound of your own heavy breathing as everything goes a little bit stiller.
Silver! The dead!
Technically already were.
You know what I mean?
They seem to be. Just going to have a little wander over. Just eye up this chest the hand was at.
Okay.
To see if I...
what are you trying to discern?
Trying to see if there's any markings on it, anything that might...
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Anything that might say what it is.
Well,
I can re-roll at least.
You can.
yeah.
Yes, that's slightly better. 13.
13. You can see it's marked with... What languages do you speak and read?
Just common and halfling.
Common and halfling. It's marked with sigils that you can't read, and when you look at them, it kind of hurts your eyes. You feel this sort of... It's like getting brain freeze, but intent. Like if you were to keep staring at it, you know that you would cause damage to yourself.
I'm going to shout the other two.
Okay.
Does this, be careful looking at this, but does any of this recognise this language?
What languages do you guys speak?
Hold on, it's
Just that one? No?
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, well, hang on. Should speak more than this.
So it's just struggling to find what I would actually.
Oh, that's in features and traits.
Yep. Okay. So, okay. So let's see.
Let's see if it's on your... I've got it here. You do speak Infernal. So, you're not able to understand all of the writing. You're able to understand some of it. You can see that some of these abyssal runes speak of binding and locking this case. It seems to be part of a larger enchantment. But it's more... give me an Arcana check.
You Arcana check. Okay. That's 12.
12. Okay, from the abyssal that you read, it's not like it's keeping anything in, it's just an entirely very incredibly complex arcane lock.
Well, I mean, can't be much. It's abyssal, I think. It's adjacent to Infernal, I can read that. It's some sort of Arcana thing. I can't make out what it is exactly, I'm afraid.
I'll have a look around the rest of the office, see if there's any signs of documentation that might...
Give me an investigation check.
In
fact, any of you can have a little quick look around in here.
Ooh, that's a 10.
Little investigation, why not? That never hurt anyone. That would be an 18.
An 18, amazing. Kelpie, with a 2, you you become really distracted by like this. It's a small two-headed goat in a cage that's been kept like. What's the word when they preserve stuff? Taxidermied. Very well taxidermied. You've never seen a two-headed baby goat before, and you're just like, wow, that's so cool. This world is crazy. What did you roll? Okay.
A 10.
A 10. With a 10, you would find the captain's diary. And you would also find the captain's real diary with a 10. What did you roll?
18.
With an 18, as Cade finds the two diaries, you sort of go, everything's just a little bit obvious, and you sort of take a good look at the desk, and a couple of things catch your eye, and you twist one of the knobs on a drawer, and then you hit a little button on the inside, and then something underneath the desk just goes click, and a hidden compartment opens. And inside there you find a map, and you also find a little bag of some sort of money.
Ooh, how would you look at this? Some money, and I'd have to look in the bag to tell you what it is. Don't know my sound.
Have you guys seen this goat? It's really cool.
I'm glad you resonated by a goat, but I found a hidden compartment of a map and a bag of money.
You hear a voice coming from outside. Sadly, not the goat. You hear Clovis's voice going, "Did you manage to see them off? Are they all gone?"
I sort of like quickly.
No, we're having an awful fight in here. Ow! Ow! Stay outside!
I'll just smack my staff against the table a few times just to help out. Just, oh no!
Give me performance checks at disadvantage or deception.
Ooh!
Really good.
Just
17!
performance check. It's just, and then we roll it twice and pick the lowest.
17.
17. Wow, you make it sound like there is definitely a fight going on.
Ow! It hurts so bad.
So I got an 11.
11? Okay,
Even
no,
though
that's
I'm
fine.
really trying to play that one.
The other two people are like going, just like sort of thumping and moving things around and going, "I got you, you varmint." But eventually, after doing that for a minute or so, you see Clovis poke his head round, and he goes,
Take that!
Is that a hand? Is that a hand?
Yes! You're correct! That's
Oh.
7 hands!
Oh, you did say there were 7 hands.
We did! And we found the things that everyone's connected to as well.
Ghastly. So
Very
much
much.
goo everywhere now.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean,
Well,
I almost died, so...
You guys certainly proved your money's worth. I think I better probably give you a little bit extra.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'd all be dead if it wasn't for you.
I mean, to be honest, I thought you were going to come in here, see us rifling through the captain's stuff. And
Why would you say that?
Well,
I'm just quickly going to put the 2 diaries behind my back. What?
Like, I think, like at that point,
sleight hand.
at that
Sleight
point,
hand.
I already like, just like, while they were just clapping around like idiots, I just shoved the things back where I found them. Like, nope.
Okay.
Nothing.
Sleight hand check for you.
Okay.
17, okay.
Knight of hand, hold on.
Book Spanish beneath your cloak.
That's 10.
Okay. As you're trying to shove like the money pouch and the map back into the secret compartment, Clovis is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. So you've seen the map.
What map? Map?
You've seen the map.
She's seen a 2-headed goat baby.
Have you
But
seen
we've
the
seen a
dog?
map.
I saw a map. I frankly do not care what's on it as long as it does not lead to me dying.
So
What's a map?
Just don't mind the horse.
Centaur.
look, for as wonderful as you are,
I know.
you don't hoodwink me. Now, you do not need. We've already been. There is no point in hiding. In fact, I believe that this is probably what led them to us in the first place. We were chartered to go and pick this up. And then on the way home, we picked up you guys because we lost some crew. Things were getting, they thought it was a bit weird. They felt icky about the journey. So we had to pick up some more. And that's where you guys came along.
It is a bit weird.
It's been uncomfortable on board since, but they were playing top coin for its retrieval. Which I believe, since we were being paid top coin, it would only be fair to include, well, you guys in the finder's fee.
Can I have the goat?
I don't know why
You
she's
just-
like this at Thomas.
Just the goat?
Just the goat.
Deal. Help yourself.
So, who hired you to retrieve this item?
We were hired by the steward of the Marble City. Oh, well, we were hired on behalf of him to retrieve this case. So if it's on behalf of the steward, perhaps it might be something that even the king is interested in.
I'm not sure the king would be interested in sea hags and undead going through his city, but...
Well, if he wants sea hags, then he can deal with them. Besides, I was rather entertained by watching you guys. It was quite the sight. I've never seen so many weird things come out of the water before. You have any idea how many stories I've got now? That's a mighty amount of drinks I'll be getting out at the next pub I'm in.
How's the repairs actually coming if you want to get to that pub?
I could see my way to chucking you 50 gold ahead. And your mouth stays shut.
If he means our mouth stay shut about what we've just heard, not our mouth stay shut in general.
You can still talk.
Oh no, I got that. I'm just saying you pulled
You pulled the thing.
And the
And the
goat.
goat.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, you still get the goat.
That's the goat. You want to get Elfie. We just need to stay mum about what we just got told.
What did we get told?
Here's your extra 50 gold. And he slides it across the table. You see he takes the pouch from the secret compartment, counts out 50 gold for each of you, and says, now, it should only take us a couple more days here to find repairs. We're going to need to use the longboats, get to shore, but no more than 2 or 3 days. I know that adds another 2 or 3 days onto an already 5-day journey that's left, but I'm just glad to be alive. I don't think we would have got through it without you guys.
I don't think so.
Oh, believe me,
Well,
I am a...
I am not a fighter, so I'm glad I hired you.
Good job, team.
Yeah.
3 days pass uneventfully. The ship is able to eventually be refloated. Chipper does eventually figure out a way to take a sailcloth and he covers it in oil that keeps it waterproof. And that oil actually causes a really good, it stops hot air escaping. And what he does is he takes, he lights a fire in a small stove and then he runs a pipe into the sail, which fills up with hot air and eventually helps the ship refloat. You redistribute the weight so that the hole in the ship is slightly out of the water, and it means that you're not taking on as much water, and you limp into, let's see, it would be Perringour, the port there, with many strange tales to tell. And only 1 day's journey left until you reach the city of Oriath, the Marble City, and join the Delvers Guild before you carry on to the next stage of your journey. And before we hear about those, thank you very much for joining us tonight. This has been Castle of Adventure. Thank you to my players this evening. You were all absolutely wonderful. Thank you for joining us. I've had fun. I hope you guys have had fun. And I hope you guys have had fun. Have a lovely evening. Cheerio and goodbye. Take care.
Gather round, brave souls, our quest begins tonight. Legends unfold in the castle's light. Dungeons dark and deep, heroes take their stand. Mysteries will keep in this ancient land. Castle of adventure, magic in the air. Through the storm we venture, our hearts beating fear. Wizards cast their spells, warriors raise their swords. In the night it swells with forgotten words. Castle of adventure, magic in the air. Through the storm we venture, our hearts beating fear. come.